seeing devotees is completely transcendental. First of all, we go to office every day, but I don't think we get that feeling. See, in office, there is always one specialty. You will be peaceful in the morning, you would have done Mangla Arti, some chanting, and you reach, right? Then somebody will give and they start giving you some prasad. Morning, somebody will give some prasad, then some another one. By that time, you are afternoon, you are thinking, what is happening to me? Then you come back, and then if you do some chanting, this, that, then again Krishna takes charge. So today, the topic is, frankly speaking, I must admit, I did not know this. And then Krishna revealed it in Bhagavatam. Of course, it's for everybody. So I thought, let me share this. So today's topic is that can one be envious of oneself? We know in this material world, 99.999% there is envy towards other people. When there is envy, you will harm also other person. But here, today we will see how people are envious of others. Even if Krishna is there present or is an incarnation, then also people are envious. And then we will see that can one be envious of oneself? Can I envy myself? It's a little illogical, but there is logic in this. Okay. So what has happened is we will start off with the meaning of envy. So if you see meaning of envy, Irsha and Asuya. The one who is not having envy is Anusuya. So if you see Atri Muni's, Atri Muni's wife, Janaki Mata, when they were going to the forest, she was counseled on the dharma by Anusuya Mata to Sita ji. Anusuya, because no envy. So first of all, we should see what is an example of an envy. So taking example from, of course, from Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll see one example of envy and then how Krishna adjusts envy among the devotees. Other people he does not adjust. For example, we can see Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksh. They were envious of Krishna. There was no adjustment done. There was only one adjustment, Khalas, BTG, right? But for devotees, it's not like that. He's much more benevolent. If there is envy among the devotees, there can be. We will see. I'm not talking about pure devotees. I'm talking about person like myself, not the acharyas, and they come to give only. Like Prabhupada went to UK and he told, right? You all plundered India and brought everything, but most valuable thing you left it in India. I have come to give you that. So that's a different class altogether. And then we will discuss, can someone be envious of oneself? What is the time, Mataji? Let me just quickly.
8:45.
8:45. So till 9:30, is it okay?
Yeah.
45 minutes?
Okay.
Huh? Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Now, in transcendental world, if there is envy, it is not the same envy. It is a inspiration. For example, Radharani, right? If she sees that one devotee is trying to do something, like Roop Sanatan there, right? He was chanting and he forgot that there is sun, and then Radharani came with an umbrella. So in the transcendental realm, envy is inspiration that I should also try to serve like this. There are no issues in Golok Vrindavan. Why? Because Krishna is unlimited. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. So everybody gets full Krishna. It's not that I will only get a little bit. So then I'll be envious of you. Prabhu, you got full, I didn't get full. That problem does not exist. There it is, how can I also do the similar seva? That is the transcendental envy, which is a good envy. But here the envy is, see, one saint used to say, 99.99% of attachment everybody has left. How? Do I care what's happening to the person going on the road? 99% attachment, we are already detached. It's only the 1%. That is okay. Detachment also doesn't mean that, again, Babe Vanshu Jeev Loke. That is detachment, real detachment for devotees, not the detachment I am a Gyani and you are nobody for me. I don't care about you. Not that one. That's not the true meaning. True meaning is Krishna is in you. You are part and parcel. I am part and parcel. I'll serve you. So what happens is Prithu Maharaj, the best example in Srimad Bhagavatam regarding the envy. You can come front if you want. Huh? If you are comfortable, okay. So Prithu Maharaj. So Vidurji, as you know, see, Vidurji he had to leave Hastinapur because Duryodhan insulted him. And then he left. Then he met Maitri Muni. Uddhavji first he met, then he guided him to Maitri Muni. So Maitri Muni is telling about this katha to him. So Maitri Uvacha 419.1. Atha Dikshata Rajatu Hayamedha Shatena Sa. Maitri Uvacha, he said, Atha, thereafter, Adikshata took initiation, Rajatu Hayamedha Shatenasa. So, Prithu was initiated in the doing of 100 Ashwamedh Yajna. He was doing that. And where was he doing? He was doing it near river Saraswati. Brahmavarte Manokshetre, in the Brahmavarta Kshetra, near Saraswati river. He was doing that. Yatra Prachi Saraswati. So, he was continuing to do. He is King Vena's son. And he's actually incarnation of Lord Vishnu only. And he is doing Ashwamedh Yajna, and he is continuing to do, and now he is about to complete the 100 Ashwamedh Yajna. And anybody who does 100 Ashwamedh Yajna, what happens? Indra position will be given. So obviously, now Indra was very much disturbed that now my seat is going to go. And this person is doing 100 Ashwamedh Yajna. Why would he do 100 Ashwamedh Yajna? Definitely wants my seat. So therefore, Bhagavatam tells us that when Indra saw that Prithu Maharaj is going to exceed in the fruitive activities, about to do 100 Ashwamedh Yajna, because this existing Indra would have done the same thing. And therefore, he could not tolerate. And what did he do? Okay. So, Prabhupada explains that who is envious in this material world? If this is understood, we can be saved from that. So a person who wants to enjoy or lord over the material nature is envious. If I don't want to enjoy or lord about something, for example, seat. I have a seat in the office. Now, if I want to keep it, no, it should not go. Anybody comes near that, I'll say I'll be envious of that person. But if I leave it, before that seat was not mine, later it will not be there. So now also it is going only every day. Ayur Harti Vaipumsa. It's happening. So Prabhupada explains that now a person who is envious due to fear that those who performed great sacrifices for execution of mystic yoga might occupy his seat. So therefore Indra thought that my seat is going to go away. Then Prabhupada explains that actually envy is called Matsar. Srimad Bhagavatam tells 112, Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam. Srimad Bhagavatam, pure devotional service is for the nirmatsar, not for the envious. But it is also true, a person who is envious, he keeps touching the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna will make him also nirmatsar. That also is true. Because one person was asked, I am not able to chant. I know I am not able to chant purely. So what should I do? Should I stop? So by chanting also the reverse is true. That one day a pure devotional service will come. I remember I may have shared with you that one of our senior most God brothers, at a very young age, he started reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So he met my Guru Maharaj, Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. So he openly told Maharaj, see, I am carrying this book, but I am not reading. So Maharaj said, why are you carrying that? So he said, I'm carrying because people are praising me. That wow, this person. So now I am saying sometimes I read, so should I stop reading completely? Because actually I'm not you. He said, no, you please carry it. Today he is in GBC and he is the lawyer for the ISKCON world over. So you see the transformation can happen in a flip second. So this similarly Srimad Bhagavatam is for the unenvious and it will make also envious unenvious. Both are true. Okay. Hindi is also there, so I'm just okay. Now what happened is, when Prithu Maharaj was doing the Ashwamedh Yagya, at that time Bhagavatam tells us in 4:19:3 that Krishna himself appeared. Very, very, very important point. We will see why this point is very important. So this translation tells us that Supreme Personality of Godhead Lord Vishnu is present in everyone's heart as super soul, and he is the proprietor of all planets and the enjoyer. He was personally present at the sacrifices made by King Prithu. Now we can see that even if Krishna himself is present with somebody, people will still be envious. For example, here Prithu Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. Krishna himself, people are envious, what to speak of he being there with somebody, right? So like this, he personally appeared there. And when he appeared, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and there is a list of the sages, they also appeared there. Because Krishna is there, so they all appeared and Prithu Maharaj is doing the yajna. Along with the Brahma, Vishnu and Lord Krishna, Kapil, Narad, Dattatreya, all of them, they were present there. All attended the great sacrifice with Lord Vishnu. Point to be noted. This point will be later on very useful for us. Now you see, King Prithu Maharaj, 4:19 tells us that actually he had no intention to grab the seat of Indra. He was already so opulent. He said he was doing it. Why? He was doing it as a duty. Because it's a duty of the kings to do it, therefore he was doing it. So this verse tells us that King Prithu was doing it as for pleasure of Lord Krishna, who is Adhokshaja. And this could not be tolerated by Indra. And we can see the word iti cha Adhokshajaya Ishaya. He was dependent on Lord Krishna, Adhokshaja. Prathu tu Parama Udayam Asuyan. Anusuya is no envy, Asuyan became envious. Bhagavan Indraha Pratighatam Achikarat. Indra became envious. Okay. So Prabhupada writes that King Prathu's material opulence was not dependent on the yagya or anything, because he was dependent on Lord Krishna. But Indra did not know that. Sometimes I will harm somebody else thinking that person is envious of me and I am envious of him, whereas that person doesn't even know about it. This is how it happens. Okay. Now you see, Prithu Maharaj, it is very clear, he did Yajmane Yajuspatim for the pleasure of Yajushpati. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalok Maheshwaram. Yajna means for doing for Lord Krishna. So he was doing it for Krishna. But Indra became Spardhan and he stole that. The moment 100th one started, Indra came and he stole the horse. Now, with great envy, when he did that, what did Indra do? He had no power really to actually come and fight King Prithu. So what he did, he made himself a sign, appearance of a liberated person. He had a Gerua Vastra, so nobody could detect him. He came and he took the horse and he ran away. But Atri Muni, who is also non-envious, he is husband of Anusuya, he saw that he is running away. So immediately, he was wearing saffron cloth, so nobody could, but Atri Muni could recognize. And therefore, immediately he informed the son of Prithu Maharaj that you please quickly go and get the horse back. So he went. When he went, at that time he saw there is a sannyasi with the horse. So he said, well, no point in, he is some saint only. So he came back. Then Atri Muni said, Arey Baba, he is fraud. Go and kill him. The moment he said that, Indra ran away from there and left the horse. And therefore, the Prithu Maharaj's son was called as Vijit Ashwa. Ashwa means horse. Vijit means Jita Hua. That's what happened. But since this one was continuing, second time again Indra came. When Indra came second time, Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Hare Bol, come. So second time when he came, again he stole, and this time he had a skull in his hand, and he had a dand there, and again he was looking like some mendicant and like a liberated person. So again Atri Muni told the son of Prithu Maharaj, Baba, he is stealing, go and catch him. Again he saw with the skull and all, he saw some liberated person. He came back. He said, go and kill the person. Again Indra ran away. Like this, Bhagavatam tells us that several times he came. And Bhagavatam tells us this is how the cheating type of sadhus, he is the originator parampara of these kind of sadhus. Bhagavatam tells that all these kind of, sometimes he wore red clothes, sometimes he had a babhuti there, sometimes this, all kind of show. And therefore, Bhagavatam tells us he is the one who started this kind of disguised cheats in the disguise of sadhus. Now what happened is, like this when it is continuing, Prithu Maharaj became extremely angry. He said, I am going to kill this person. He is now making unnecessarily, he never thought even that somebody is thinking I'll take the heavenly, because he was doing as a duty. So the moment he took that out, the Brahmanas who were doing the yagya, they said in 4928 that, look, आप अपने हाथ क्यों गंदे करते हो? You know, no need for you to kill him. We shall call him by Vedic mantras, just like Janmajaya called all the snakes. He said, we will just, and Bhagavatam tells us the Brahmana said this mantra is actually not used till now, but we know it. And the moment we do Ahuti, Indra like a magnet will come running and he will drop in this Agni Kund. So he was about to, so the, sit, please, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. So the moment this was about to be put, where is this? When this was put, immediately Brahmaji appeared. Now in the beginning it is written that Brahmaji came, Vishnuji came along with Brahma and Vishnu. And then Bhagavatam also tells us after Brahmaji, exact words I will read out, Lord Vishnu also appeared. There is a very big lesson in this. Where there is no envy, Krishna is present. He was there in the beginning. There was no envy. The moment envy started between Prithu Maharaj and Indra, he had left. And now he appeared. We will see that shloka. First Brahmaji appeared. Brahmaji said, you cannot do this. You cannot kill Indra by doing Ahuti. Aram se baith jaiye, matai. You can come on this, don't sit on the floor. Okay. So Brahmaji said, look, for whom are you doing the yagya? for the Devatas. Of course, for the pleasure of the Lord, but they are part and parcel. And you want to kill Indra? These people are part and parcel of Indra. If you kill him, then for what yagya you are doing? It doesn't make sense. You cannot kill. And therefore he said, please don't do this. And you please have friendship with Indra. So Prithu Maharaj told Brahmaji, no problem. I don't need anything. And then Brahmaji said, your name and fame will be more than doing 100 Ashwamedh Yagya. Even if you have done 99. Don't worry about that. That is my blessing to you. But please don't kill him. Let him be alive. Now Bhagavatam tells us in 421, Maitri Uvacha Bhagwan Api Vaikuntha Sakam. He appeared. Sakam Magvata Vibhu Yajnera Yajnapatis Tushto Yajna Bhuktam Abhashata. Maitri Uvacha. Maitri ji said, he's telling Vidurji, Bhagavan Api Vaikuntha Sakam, along with Maghavata, along with Indra he appeared. तो इंद्र का भी कान पकड़ के बोले चल भाई तू कहाँ है आ जाओ साथ में चलो okay and yes, so the Maitri continued, my dear Vidura, being very much satisfied performance of 99 horse sacrifices, the supreme personality of Godhead Lord Vishnu appeared on the scene. Accompanying him was King Indra. Lord Vishnu then began to speak. So we can see 421, we will come back. If you see the earlier verse, here see this. In this verse clearly tells 419.3 and 419.4 clearly tells that Lord Vishnu was personally present when at the time of sacrifice. But here we find out that he appeared again. So meaning clearly that when the envy started between the two, at that time he had left and he went and he got hold of Indra also, and now he appeared again. So basic principle, if there is envy, meaning Krishna will not be present, even though he is present. If the moment envy is not there, in the beginning it was not there, he was present. Now he began to speak. So he told him, so 9:5 it is, we have to see. First of all, he said, you see the kind of same transcendental diplomacy we can see with the Jai Vijay and the Sanat Kumara. See this dialogue of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu said, my dear King Prithu, Indra, the king of heaven, has disturbed your execution of 100 sacrifices. Now he has come with me to be forgiven by you. भाई पूछ रहे हो कि बता रहे हो? See this, therefore excuse him. See here you see both of them are devotees. Prithu Maharaj is a pure devotee. Indra of course is a great devotee, but he has his desires, so what can you do? But he said, so Indra he knew that if he will come and say sometimes, if you have committed a crime or something, you yourself go and explain, nobody believes you. But some senior person comes and, Baba, isko maaf kar de yaar. Then people will say, okay, no problem. So like this, Krishna brought now Indra and said, bhai, isko please maaf kar do. Now see, this is where Prabhupada writes in the purport the mother-in-law philosophy. When the mother-in-law has to tell something to daughter-in-law, she will tell the daughter, तुम ये वाला काम ऐसे किया करो, ऐसे मत किया करो. Actually, she is telling the daughter-in-law. That philosophy is also coming from here. This is also started by Krishna only. I am not saying, Bhagavatam is saying, we'll see. Okay. Now you see what Krishna is telling Prithu Maharaj. Indra is standing there because he stole the horse, and now after stealing horse, he has been caught and he was about to be killed and then saved. He is saying, Prithu Maharaj ko bol rahe Bhagwan, if a personality like you, Prithu Maharaj, who are so much advanced because of executing the instructions of previous acharyas, is carried away by the influence of my material energy, then all your advancement may be considered simply a waste of time. Imagine what Indra is thinking. He is telling Prithu Maharaj, अरे जो भी तुम कर रहे हो क्या waste of time. Indra must be thinking, yeah, this is waste of time, so what am I doing? Lesson number 1. Then he said, one who is thus situated in the knowledge of Atma Paramatma is never affected by the modes of material nature. So Prithu Maharaj was thinking, yeah, I didn't want this, but Indra must be thinking, अरे यार, I am affected by the modes of material nature. So this is how he does. Now he tells, see this one beautiful 4:29 and 10. Lord Vishnu said, my dear King Prithu, when one is situated in his occupational duty, engages in my loving service without motive for material gain, he gradually becomes very satisfied with it. So Indra knew I will not be satisfied because I am not doing it for the loving service. Prithu Maharaj was doing for devotional service. See, I think last time we discussed, there are 3 verses, 2 I remember, third one I don't remember. Krishna consciousness just does not mean me being conscious of Krishna. It also means Krishna is conscious of me. Actually speaking, sages have said that when you suddenly remember, while chanting, suddenly you will remember, right? Otherwise, it's going mechanical. That is the time when he is remembering us, not that we are remembering. Because if I come to your house, if you don't open the door, I can ring the bell 100 times. So the door is opened by him. So you see, he is clearly saying, so what happens when you become Krishna consciousness? 2 things will happen. One is Matchitta, Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam, like we are doing right now. Kathayantaschamam Nityam. Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. What happens? Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. One becomes satisfied. This is what Krishna is telling here. One who is doing his occupational duty, engages in my loving service, he becomes satisfied. So once you become Krishna consciousness, first thing is you are satisfied. Okay, till the time we are involved, at least till that time. See, right now we are sitting here, all anxieties, worries are waiting outside the door. Because you're not on the material platform at all. First thing happens is this, you're satisfied. Second thing, what happens? Mat chitta, again mat chitta. There also mat chitta, right? Mat chitta, madgata prana. Here it is mat chitta sarva durgani. Mat prasada tarishyasi. First you will be satisfied, then don't worry. Mat chitta, if you're conscious of me, sarva durgani, all impediments. Mat prasada tarishyasi. If you are Krishna conscious, you will cross over the obstacles. He never said you will not have obstacles. Some people will say, अरे इतनी मुझे क्यों, मैं तो 16 माला करता हूँ, मुझे तकलीफ क्यों हो रही है? अरे बाबा तभी तो जिंदा बचा हुआ अभी तक. Mat prasada tarishyasi. So satisfaction happens, then you are tarishyasi. Then what happens? Atha chetatvam. But if you, this is the translation. Atha chetatvam ahankaran. But if you say no, I, what will happen? Na shrosyasi. And you don't listen to me, vinangshasi. You will be lost. This is the difference between Krishna consciousness and non-Krishna. Imagine, this is a very scary thought. I am leaving this body and 84 lakh species wombs are waiting to welcome me. This is a fact, right? People say, oh, cowboy lifestyle, that lifestyle. Krishna is giving 84 lakh species lifestyle. Which lifestyle you want? Take. Chalo jao. So it's so scary. But mat prasada tarishyasi. So he said, you will be satisfied. Then Krishna told, and Vishnuji told him, Baba, you do not need to do all this. Okay, you are doing it as a duty, but you don't have to do. Your real duty is to give protection to the people in your kingdom. So therefore, no need for you to do 100 Ashwamedh Yajna. And like this, when he was told that, then Prithu Maharaj said, sir, I accept you, whatever you are saying. And then at that time, what did he do? Indra sparshantam padayoh premna. Immediately he fell at the feet of Prithu Maharaj. He said, please forgive me. Shatkratum parivashyaja vidvesham visarajaha. So, sparshatam, touching the padayo, the feet, premana, in ecstasy. Vriditam, he was ashamed of his own karmana, of his own activities. And Shatkratum, King Indra, who has done the 100 sacrifices, parivashyaja, immediately Prithu Maharaj hugged him. He didn't know. He said, no, no, no. पैर छू यार, तेरे तो गलती करी है तूने. No, he said, I know, no problem. So now, Prabhupada writes that here we also find that although King of Heaven Indra was so powerful that he accompanied Lord Vishnu, he felt himself as a great offender for stealing Prithu Maharaj's horse that was meant for sacrifice. And now we see, fantastic purport one, this dialogue Prabhupada writes, that both King Indra and Prithu Maharaj were envious and angry at each other. But since both of them were Vaishnavas, Prabhupada writes, it was their duty to adjust the cause of the envy. I'll read again. It was their duty to adjust the cause of their envy, because this side also Vaishnava, this side also Vaishnava. So it is their duty to adjust the envy. How did they adjust the envy? First of all, what was Prithu Maharaj's envy? He was saying, I want to do 100, you are stopping me. That Krishna adjusted by counseling him. You don't have to do. You are already a devotee. This is all for material, this thing. Don't worry about it. So his cause of envy was adjusted. And what was Indra's problem? He wanted the seat. How Krishna adjusted? He was asked to take forgiveness from Prithu Maharaj. And he understood that Prithu Maharaj is not behind the seat. Like this, as a true mystic, Krishna adjusted the envy of both the Vaishnavas. This is what happens when Vaishnavas become envious. This will not happen if one is not a devotee. In that case, what will happen? Vinangshasi. And we have seen it. Examples are there. Ravana, Hiranyakashyap, Hiranyaksh, any demon you take, they were envy. So their cause of envy was never adjusted. They were adjusted. Finished. Okay.
But when the yajna started, it has to be completed. So it wasn't completed.
So Brahmaji told, this is actually time constraint, so I'm trying to. Brahmaji told that, look, you do 99, it's equivalent to 10. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do, you already achieved what you will achieve by doing this. And you will be much more opulent and much more famous. I grant you the boon by just doing 99. And that is why today we are taking this example, because he has become so famous, Prithu Maharaj. So that conclusion happened. He didn't have to do, and he got whatever he was required. So final lesson is what? When no envy, Krishna appears in our lives. When envious, Krishna disappears. फिर बाद में devotee है तो कम से कम इतना है कि कान पकड़ के Krishna will bring to the, like Durvasa. You know Durvasa Rishi case, right? He went up to there and then Krishna told him, Aham Bhakt Paradhino. Baba, main to. He writes in Bhagavatam, I am God because I take the dust of the devotees, pure devotees, dust I take. That's why I am what I am. This is. So this is the biggest lesson for us, that when there is envy, Krishna will disappear. How to find this out? This may be in theory. If Krishna is there, then what will happen? Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. When I am envious, I am not satisfied. I can check that point. That means he is not there, because if he is there, Tushyanti cha ramanti, I should be satisfied. Simple. So this is the proof. Now what happens? Now comes the main. Abhi appetizer ho gaya, main course. Now what happens is, Prithu Maharaj returns to the city and he gets a very tumultuous welcome and he starts ruling very nicely. This is a shortcut of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he meets the four Kumaras, and after ruling for long time, then he decides to leave for the forest as a Vanprasth along with his wife. Nowadays, Krishna is very kind to us. Temples are there round the corner. You can stay close to the temple, pay a visit. It is equivalent to going to the forest. क्या बोलते हैं ना, भगवान मन देखता है, तन नहीं देखता है. So it depends where the consciousness is. Then he leaves his body and he goes to Vaikuntha. And his wife, who was already liberated, also entered the funeral pyre because she wanted to go to the spiritual world with the husband. The Devata's wife prays her. Now this is the verse which, so therefore, now we are going to see, can one be, we have seen the envy to others. Now, can I be envious to myself? Any guesses? Can I envy myself?
Suicidal mentality.
Good point.
अपनी इंद्रिय लाइक सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन किसी को कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहा,
हाँ.
उससे एनवी हो सकता है.
Okay,
my
very
desire,
good.
envy from the desire.
ये तो अच्छा वाला envy हो गया. This is transcendental envy. But very good point. Good point. Very good. I can be envious of myself because I have ahankar, तो मेरे को envy हो रहा है. Any other suggestions? How can I envy myself? But Bhagavatam says so.
If I'm not able to do something which I want, यार मेरे से नहीं होता.
Then I should be sympathetic, not envy. मेरे से नहीं हो रहा यार.
कभी-कभी हो जाता है कि ये नहीं हो रहा है. अपने से. अच्छा. मैं क्यों नहीं कर पा रहा यार.
Okay. वो कर पा रहा, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा. Okay. Good point. Fine. Agreed. Okay. Now see, the answer lies in few shlokas in Srimad Bhagavatam. When I can be envious of myself. This is very, very interesting. So after the Prithu Maharaj and his wife left, the Devata's wife said, 4:23-28, Savanchito Bat Atmadruka Krachena Mahata Bhuvi Labdhva Apavargyam Manushyam Vishayeshu Visajjate. Sahavanchita, a person who has been cheated, certainly. Atmadruk, that person is envious of himself. Krachena Mahata Bhuvi, a person who does the material activities for gratifying senses vigorously is envious of himself. Bhagavatam is telling. So if I don't care about my health, I don't care about anything, I just want to satisfy my senses, I've become so greedy, that means I am harming myself and I am self-envious. Because if I am envious of you, I will try to harm you. Now I am harming myself, I am envious of myself.
Like alcohol, smoking, everything is envious.
Is self-envy. Therefore, labdhva apavargyam manushyam. Labdhva, by achieving apavargyam, this path of liberation, this human body we have got, manushyam, we have got with great difficulty this body of human being, right? Vishayeshu visajjate. Second definition is, after getting this human body, which is so rare, if I engage it in the matter of sense gratification, then I am self-envious. See, and who's telling, by the way? It's not somebody pure devotee. Devata's wives are telling. See how interesting. Is so much of wealth in this, na? Srimad Bhagavatam. One shloka, when I read this first time, I was like, this, I never thought like this, that I am self-envious. Because I know I'm gratifying senses. I know I'm working very hard. Ask Mataji. In the office. See, one crow was, one Avadhut, he made 24. You know that, right? Avadhut made 24 disciples, gurus. 24 he made. One of them was an eagle. So Avadhut was sitting and he was watching that eagle had a fish in the beak. Wherever the eagle will go, 1,000 crows were behind the eagle. So eagle was in a situation like what I am in. Neither I can sense gratify, because if I gratify, I'll become sick. Nor I can't leave it because I like it. You've seen Cordiala, na? The this snake is there, of the water snake. Sometimes it will catch hold of a medak, but it does not have that much power to eat also. Now it's stuck in the mouth. Neither can give out nor can swallow. This is the situation ours. So this eagle, after some time, head started spinning. So what happened? She saw a tree, a tall tree. So that eagle sat on the tree and was so tired that the beak opened and the fish dropped. Those 1,000 crows went behind the
Fish.
Oh, aram se ho. Thank God. So that is what it is. That if so much hard work is being done and the purpose of liberation is forgotten, that means I am self-envious of myself. It doesn't stop at that, huh? Lord Vishnu tells Lord Durvasa Rishi when you can be self-envious. Another incident. What is written here? 24. Upayam. When Durvasa reached there, Lord Vishnu told him, Upayam, I am going to tell you the upay. Tum yahan tak aa gaye bhag ke. Right? He must have taken 6 months to reach Lord Vishnu because he waited. Apna Ambarish Maharaj waited for how long? 1 year. So matlab 6 months jaane mein, 6 months aane mein. Right? 1 year. So here he tells after 6 months he reached there. So he said, Upayam Kathashyami. I will tell you the upay. Kathashyami. मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ upay. What is that? Tava Vipra Shrushva. Please just hear from me. I am telling you. Tat, what I say. What is that? Ayam Atma Abhicharaha. You have been self-envious. Atma Abhicharaha. Vishnu ji tells Durvasa Rishi, boss, तुम इधर आ गए, but I am telling you, you are self-envious. Why? Prabhupada writes in brackets. I have not written this, this is as it is translation. Your mind has become your enemy. Uddhare atmanam anatmanam avasadayet. Uncontrolled mind is the biggest enemy. So a person whose mind has become enemy is self-envious. Because if the mind has become enemy, that mind will harm me. A person who is envious harms others. Now I am harming myself, meaning I am self-envious. This is what Krishna told, and then he told him. So self-envy is equal to when the mind becomes enemy, and second self-envy is when we are just offending devotees. Because he offended Ambarish Maharaj. He said, your mind is... So now we have seen 4 definitions of self-envy so far. First, to struggling very hard to gratify senses. It does not mean that we should not struggle hard. We should. But keep Krishna at the center, have prasadam, whatever we do, then automatically that struggle becomes devotional. Once Prabhupada was asked, can you tell one thing, Prabhupada, what Krishna likes the most? Prabhupada said, yes, I know. He said, what? He said he likes most when he sees all of you struggling to realize him. That was his words. So here, struggling hard to gratify senses, self-envious. Not trying to do devotional service or attain liberation is also self-envy. Then whose mind has become enemy is also self-envy. Offending devotee also is self-envy. Bhagavatam doesn't stop here. Huh? Okay, this we already discussed. We have 3 minutes. So here that Uddhare Atmana, we already touched upon that. See, Amrit Bindu Upanishad tells this. Why uncontrolled mind means that one is envious of oneself. I can take my example. I'll come in the evening. I feel like reading Bhagavatam, then mind will say, "Ek thoda sa news dekh le yaar." See, bad news you don't have to see actually. It travels to you somehow or the other. Somebody will tell you, you know that has happened. 9/11. After 2 minutes, the world knew. This is how it is. That is why when Vidura reached Hastinapur after Hare Krishna, when Vidura reached Hastinapur, at that time Krishna had already left, but he did not tell that Krishna has left for Goloka. Why? Bhagavatam tells clearly that he thought people are in this material world are already suffering on their own accord. I should not add misery by telling them bad news. See what magnanimity. See, this is how it is. So, self, if in envy you harm others, self-envy. So, Amrit Bindu tells, Man eva manushyanam. For mankind, man eva manushyanam. The mind, karanam bandha mokshaya. It is a karan. It's a reason for either bandhan or liberation. Bandhaya vishaya sango. If it is taken with vishaya, vishaya has the word wish in it. Vishaya. Wish means poison. Vishaya sango. If you do sense gratification sang, then bandhan. Because if I want to.
We are talking about Vishaya. Vishaya is subject, right?
Right. But Vishaya also means
Wish.
wish and aya. Vishaya. So Vishaya is also said as object for sense gratification. I like Vishaya. Vishaya is also subject. It also means a subject for sense gratification. यार भोग विषय में पड़ा हुआ है. It can be used in different contexts. So one who is with Vishaya, Sango, with sense gratification objects, is bandhaya, is chained. Muktyai nirvishyam manaha. But if the mind is in devotional service not attached, then it is mukt. Okay, this one we already said. Now you see so 4 definitions we already saw. Now one more definition. Prabhupada has given this in Garden Conversation in Bhagavad Gita 6:17-9. He was talking, he's saying, not knowing that the life is this life is preparation for the next life, that one actually becomes envious of oneself. So if 5 more minutes are there. If one is not preparing for the next life, knowing that this life is meant for preparing for the next life, then also a person is self-envious. Because what will happen? If the next life thing is not known, the person will do whatever. Because for example, if I want to drive a scooter, then I need to have that kind of body, right, to drive a scooter, because I have to gratify that sense. So I'll be given. Mercifully I'll be given. वो 84 lakh species का worms लाइन में लगी हुई है. छोड़ते ही किस में जाना है बोलो? सारे available है. Okay, Srila Prabhupada, he is saying this in New Vrindavan. The devotee is asking, in this purport you mention that not knowing that this life is a preparation for next life, that one actually becomes envious of his own self? Prabhupada, yes. If he is going to become a dog next life, and if he does not take precaution, then is he not envying himself? Because he's going to harm himself. And this is famous dialogue. In this life you are a prime minister, and next life you are preparing to become a dog. So what is the use of your becoming prime minister? Transcendental humor. इस लाइफ में तो आप बने हुए प्राइम मिनिस्टर, काम ऐसे कर रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट लाइफ में डॉग बनना है, तो क्या फायदा वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनने का? थोड़े ही टाइम की बात है. One saint used to say, I heard him saying, अभी तो कुछ करते नहीं हो, 2 हाथ की जगह 2 पैर और आ गए तो. Okay, so now this is a summary of when a person is self-envious, struggling hard to gratify senses, not trying to attain liberation and devotional service, insulting devotee, mind is turned against us. These are the 4. And not knowing that this life is preparation for next life is also self-envy. And the final conclusion. Bhagavad Gita 15:7 tells what? Mamevanshu jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. Now see the context. If we are envious of another person, we are actually envious of Krishna himself. Why? Because that person is part and parcel of Krishna. So if I am envying the trunk of a tree, I am envying the tree. If I am envying the leaves of the tree, I am envying the tree. Like this, if I am envying other person, that person is Mamevanshu. And therefore, I am envying Krishna. So therefore, we all are part and parcel of Krishna. So therefore, if I am envying that other person, that person is part and parcel of Krishna, I am envying that person. But I am also part and parcel of Krishna. So that means I am also envying myself. Clear or no? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. So Bhagavatam is full of secrets and all these things are there. We are fortunate that we are utilizing our time and really. So with that, I will stop. How to come out of that? Share. I have to. Prabhuji, you can stop the.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Has the screen sharing stopped?
Share screen.
It's on, right?
नीचे देखो वो बटन देखिए, स्क्वायर बटन उधर ही.
कहाँ पे?
उधर.
ये. Oh, okay, done.